Texas. It's going down. We finna wreck shop.
Welcome back to another episode of Halftime Radio Show. Y'all know who it is. It's your man, Uncle JB. And today we don't got Biscuit Head. He is back in Dallas. But it's all good because we got somebody that y'all are very familiar with. Somebody y'all know. Somebody that y'all love. Somebody that's definitely a part of the family. And I cannot wait to get into the conversation with him, catch up with him, see how he's doing, and really just get his perspective on life and what's going on around him. So I cannot wait to welcome to the stage my man, Mr. C. West.
Yo.
What's happening, baby?
What's going on, man?
How you doing? Big wave?
Big wave, man. Big wave is here. God bless. I'm blessed as always, man. I'm happy to be here.
Man,
I love being here. It's a pleasure always to have me. So thank y'all.
Man, of course, man. I mean, since I think last time you were on here was almost about a year ago. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff has probably happened, you know, in between. So how's life been? Like, what's going on with you?
Man, life been busy, learning, improving, growing, just a whole bunch of that. You know, trials and tribulations, but we get through those. You know, just trying to better me and go to brands and, you know, just keep peace.
That's it. Keep the peace. I mean, I feel like keeping the peace is the most important thing in the world right now because a lot of people are at each other's necks for whatever reason. But I did want to ask you, man, how's West Entertainment going? How's the nightlife treating you?
Well, first off, we can. You got. I don't know. You got clapping noises, but they might have some clapping. He gonna put it into the bag. West Entertainment made it to 1 year on 3/29. Officially, we made it to 1 year operating. So that's amazing. We got a lot of new guys on the team now. They're all super successful as of right now. We've grown a lot. We've made a lot of money. We've got more venues. We've got more bookings. We've gotten more high-profile clientele and bookings as well. So everything's an upward trend right now. So just trying to continue that in a year two. We got a lot of exciting news and things like that coming. So follow Westy&T, follow Q Drinks, follow me. Should all be down here below. And you know we got a lot coming. So
my man C. West is definitely cooking up some stuff. So, and like you said, it's a deep team. You know, you got your brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you got a group of guys that are really diving in. How do you feel? Like I guess attracting talent, or I don't know how you would say it, right, in the promoting world or in the.
It's kind of funny, man, because you kind of gotta pitch a vision to people and hope they buy into it, and then you kind of put them on a platform, or you give them a platform, and then it's kind of on them at that point to do whatever they want to do with it. Because the thing with our guys is, like, they're attached to us, but I want them to have their own brands outside of West Entertainment. Yeah, and it's really almost like it's like a partnership. I would call it more than like I'm the boss and you guys work. Nah, like I would call it more of a partnership. And you pick and choose because you kind of see what these guys do on their own, and they got their own respective followings, and you kind of just add an extra push to them. And then, you know, half of the guys on our team, they damn near bigger than me now. So it's like, it's kind of nice because I can say I really helped put all of them in position. But it's like anybody can get the opportunity. I can put anybody on a flyer or a night, but it's what you do with it. It's like a lot of them have taken the opportunity and they've really capitalized on it. They've grown their brands so much where I'm in the background now. I'm in their entourages. So shout out to the guys, man. They come and shout out to all of them. But that's kind of like how we play it. I would call it more of a partnership than like a Christian and everybody else. Nah,
yeah. Nah. I mean, I think you said something that Danny, shout out to Danny from Mario.
Happy birthday. This is belated.
Happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday. He gonna see this. Happy belated, man.
Yeah, we gotta definitely put that in there. He said something to me, and I think he may have had it on his wall in Mario's, to where it talks about how, you know, I don't lead by I'm sitting on a throne and everybody's carrying me. I lead by being on the front line with everyone. You know, and the thing about Danny, you know, whenever it got busy in Mario's, it wasn't like he was a boss or the owner saying, hey, get work done. Yeah. No, he threw on his apron. He threw on his gloves. He got in there. He made sure that we got things done as fast as we could. Like he was on the front lines. He was on the forefront. And I know he's still doing that today, right? But that is the type of leader that you're talking about, right? It's I could easily say, oh, all y'all go work and do this for me because we're in a partnership, but it's under my brand or under my umbrella or whatever. But you're not doing that. You're saying, no, like, we all going to be a part of this together. We're going to frontline together. As I grow, you grow, and so forth and so forth. So I think that's dope, man.
No, for sure. Shout out to the guys, man.
Man, shout out to the guys.
Shout out to the guys, man.
And I know you got a lot of other stuff coming up, but we're gonna keep that under wraps for right now. But make sure, again, we're gonna put the links here. We're gonna put Western Entertainment and also Cute Drinks. Make sure y'all tap in with both so you can stay up to date with what's going on. And if you're coming to Austin, we had some people come through for South by Southwest. If you have an event, anything that's going on, this is a guy to hit up.
Tap in with the wave, baby.
Tap in with the wave. Make sure you do that. Make sure you do that. But I want to shift gears real quick. I want to talk to you about, because one thing that I really admire you for is you can find community in anything. Anybody that knows Christian probably knows that it don't matter if it's basketball, pickleball, getting wine and doing art and wine. It don't matter what it is. He gonna pull up and he gonna be there. So I kind of want to talk to you about that because like you went from being like a college athlete to now you live in the real world. You have a job, and I'm sure you probably have to find, in your schedule how to fill that time. Like how did that work out for you?
I think expanding your palette is huge. You got to kind of find new hobbies, because I can speak for any athlete who played college sports that probably up until graduation day, all you knew was college sports. And it was just, for me, I knew once it was over, I had to find the next thing. And I think my parents kind of prepped me for it, because like I knew maybe like year 3, I'm not going to the league. Like, the league wasn't happening. So I'm like, yo, you got to start thinking about what's next. And I was like, damn, I don't know what I'm going to do next. And it was just like, even being an athlete, we work out, we travel, we play, and like that's kind of like your thing. You go to class, whatever. But in the real world, it's kind of similar, but it's not, because the workouts ain't mandatory no more. Travel ain't mandatory no more. And you kind of got to find things to do. It's like, even like working a job, like you got to go find a job, do whatever you want to do, and you probably don't want to do that. So you got to find things that make you happy outside of that. And for me, I knew I liked exercise, I liked working out, and I was like, what can I get into that could keep me around people and kind of do something that I still know how to do? And I mean, a gym membership, cool, but like you still got to go in there and do the work. And then I got into yoga. Shout out to my boy Cristo Berciaga, Mr. PYT, founder, CEO, whatever you want to call him. He was the first person that got me into yoga. And it was like kind of weird, because I always thought yoga was like feminine, girly, like it wasn't really for men, that type of thing. And he just invited me to a class one day, and it was one of his events. And he was just like, yo, just try it out. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you ain't never got to come back. And I was like, all right, like whatever. And I always seen yoga, and I guess my impression of yoga, like when you see it on TV and things like that, wasn't what I expected.
It kicked your ass,
bro. I go to this power class, bro, and you see all these girls in here, minimal dudes, and like little cute girls. Like, bro, I'm just like, these girls can outwork me.
Yeah,
like,
I can do this,
bro. I mean, they start doing all these poses, start speeding up. You getting behind on the flow, like you looking goofy in the class, Pete. I'm like, damn, they kicking my ass, but I'm trying to just keep with it, you know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, I'm sweating. I'm drenched in sweat. I'm like, damn, this is a workout for real.
For real.
I'm thinking I'm about to be in this hole chilling. Nah, like we really in there working. And I was like, damn, like I ain't like what I did the first time. So I was like, I gotta go back, bro. I gotta go back. So then, bro, it started. It just became a hobby after that, bro. I just got really into it. And I like to you see me doing class now. I'm shitting on everybody, people.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Back then, bro, just like, damn, like, you kind of get competitive in yoga, too, because it's like, you seeing everybody do these flips, these handstands. I'm telling I can't do none of it, B. They doing all these poses. I'm like, damn, like, and it was like a way for me to be competitive, and it was like a workout still. So I'm like, boom, I'm taking on yoga, like, boom. And then it was just like, even outside of like the exercise part, like, you said, like, you talking about the wine and things like that. It's like, I have friends who's already into these kind of communities, like, whether it's wine tasting or whether it's fine dining or whether it's, I don't know, pickleball, whatever. Like, you got to do different stuff because it's like you keep yourself in a box. You ain't going to never do nothing. You're not going to meet new people. You're not going to do nothing. And it was like, for me, you got to at least try it. Like, sushi. Like, sushi's one thing. Like, I ain't never liked sushi. Shout out to Stevie. Shout out to Mikey. These guys took me to this sushi spot. They like, bro, you got to try it. We going to order a whole bunch of stuff. You going to have to eat. Like, this is what we getting. Like, this is what you're eating. Like, I'm like, bro, huh? Like, I'm trying to order others. They like, nah, bro, we getting this. Like, you gonna try it. You at least gotta try it. If you don't like it, we'll do something else. But you gonna try it at least. So now you got 10 rolls on the table. You got squid. You got all kind of shit. I'm like, bro, like, hell no. Like, I eat this shit. And I'm talking about, bro, I'm just like, you know what? They give me chopsticks. Please. I ain't never used chopsticks in my life.
So you over there just like, you don't know what you doing.
Hey, give me a fork. They talking about, nah, we using chopsticks. I'm like, bro. Like,
it's all about the experience, baby.
And it's just like, bro, like, it's fun to do it, though. Because it's like, you with a group of people, you ain't going to be that guy who just not touching nothing. Like, nah, like, I'm going to have to put my pride to the side.
Yep. And most importantly, you're not going to do that by yourself. You're not just going to order some sushi
exactly.
rolls.
I'm not going to do it. Hell no. Yep. I'm like, y'all going to have to force me something. So next thing you know, bro, I'm trying rolls. I ain't like all of them, but it was like a couple. I'm like, okay, I can fuck with this. Chopsticks. You kind of, my boy Steve used to tell me, you going to learn the more you use them. Like, you ain't going to be perfect right away, but the more you use them, it's going to pick up. And I was like, all right. So then, boom, I'm trying sushi. I'm eating. And it's like, bro, it's fire. If y'all don't eat, hey, go try some rolls, man. But it's just like little things like that where I think you get around different people, they kind of put these different things in your face, and you kind of got to make a choice. And you're going to find out what you like and what you don't like. And it's like, even like the pickleball, I like tennis. Me and my pop and my brother used to sit in the house and watch tennis, Serena and them all day. Like, we used to watch tennis all the time. Like, bro, Novak and what's the other one name, bro? Mofilas, Federer, Nadal, all of them, bro. We used to watch them daily, just boom, boom, boom. I'm like, bro, but I wasn't playing no tennis. I'm sorry, I'm still ain't playing tennis. But pickleball a little bit more public friendly. Like, it's a little bit easier to learn, and it's just like it's like tennis, but it ain't tennis.
It's a big community out in Austin too, right?
Bro, pickleball hot in Austin. If you ain't playing, you just because you don't want to. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. You ducking it. You nervous. But it's a whole different world, bro. And it's almost like basketball, football. You go to these like open play places, and it's like open gym. People got necks, like,
oh man.
Competing. I'm like, damn, like, this shit is serious. I'm trying to go out there and fuck around, like,
just hang out.
They not going for that, man. You gotta go in there and play. And it's like, I don't know, bro. I just want to. It felt like tennis. I'm like, boom. I'm just out there playing with my homies, bro, and hey, I love pickleball. Now I'm hooked. So it's like, you want to go play, get in with me. I'm there. I got 3-4 spots I go to now. I'm looking into get a membership to one of the little clubs.
Man.
Like, I want to do all of it. But it's just like you was asking. Let me get back to the question. I started venting.
No, yeah, you good.
But it's like expanding your palette and just trying to find things that you like. And it's like, once you got a community of people that you deal with, they might be in this lane or this lane or this lane. And they probably going to pitch it to you and be like, yo, you want to try this? Or try that. I mean, don't be shy. Just try it. Because, I mean, the thing you learn is once you go to any of these places, somebody there is probably also trying it. Like, every time I went and played pickleball, somebody's trying it for the first time. And I'm like, damn, like, nah, I'm 6 months, 9 months in. I'm not a pro, but I'm better than you. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And it's like, it's kind of cool because I remember when I was that guy. And it's like, I take my homies to yoga now. And they're like, I've been practicing 2-3 years now. This their first class. I'm like, bro, like, look. I remember when it was my first class too, bro. Just watch me or I text the instructor to help you. They gonna help you. And in the community, everybody real receptive and real receiving and nice. And it's not like nobody gonna judge you if you don't know what you're doing. Like, they gonna help you out. And it's just like, that's really nice too. So it's just, I don't know. They work for me. I like them. So it's like, whatever you're into, I would try to find people who are already into it and have them introduce you, and then boom, just try to transition, because I mean, the basketball might not always be there. The football or whatever you did, it might not always be there. And it's just like, you want to keep doing that. There's probably a community for that too. There's probably a group of guys who play open gym hoops somewhere, football or whatever. Like, it's a substitute, but it's just like, for me, I'm trying to expand my palette and try whatever I can try, bro. I'm trying it. So
I like how you said too, like, don't be shy. I think
that's the hardest part.
I think that's the hardest part. Especially when you get a job out of college and you move to a new city, or let's say you move back home, but you haven't actually lived outside out home, you know, and you got to go make new friends. And that's sometimes the hardest thing to do, is just not to be shy.
You got to put yourself out there, bro. Like that is, I ain't gonna lie, that's the hardest part normally, is putting yourself out there. But I mean, I've met great people and I've met horrible people, so it's just like that's gonna come with it. Everybody's not gonna be your person or your mold, but I mean, you got to put yourself out there and just try. So I mean,
it's going back to you found something that you liked, so you stuck with it. You know, now you found a community in it. And I think too, it's like you said something I think that a lot of people don't realize, especially nowadays. Like when we went to college, it was way different from how kids are going to college now. They have NIL deals. So whenever you're saying like, hey, basketball, football, all these things might not work out for you, you're not saying that in a sense of like I'm ill intent or I'm coming at you. You're saying that in the sense of like Coach Prom said. He said it on his Instagram. 90% of their college football roster, 90 to 95%, will not make it to the NFL. So how are we preparing these kids for the next chapter in their life, right? And for the most part, football, if you're getting paid for football or basketball or let's say volleyball or softball, you're getting paid for these sports and that becomes your life. Now all of a sudden, when you're not getting paid for that no more, now what? It's a different college world, you know. So it's, to your point, making sure I'm doing everything I can to try different things on my palate, right? Expand my palate as much as I can to see what I do like, what I don't like, so I can always have something to fill my day with. Versus, well, I don't have football or track no more today, or I don't have that no more in my life, so I guess I'm just not gonna do nothing.
He preaching to the choir right now, man. You couldn't have said it no better. I got no rebuttal for that.
Like I'm just saying, man. The NIL deals are a little different, but what I'll say is you know, just continue to find your balance, find your peace, find what you like to do, and don't. We talked about this with Stephanie, who was on the show. You know, be yourself, stay true to yourself, and just do what you love. Like, you know, if you want to post something, post it. You know, like judgment only happens in our own mind. You know, I think for a lot of people, we think when we go into new situations, we feel like, oh, this person's looking at me or this person's judging me. Like when I did Pilates for the first time, I had a 65-year-old lady right next to me whooping my ass. And I remember she looked over at me mid while she was pulling the thing in. She looked over at me and she said, hey, if you need to move down to another clip, go ahead and do that. I was like, oh no. but the thing is though, it's like I was okay with that, and I was okay with that person coming to talk to me. I was okay with opening up and not being shy and learning, because it was my first time going. And like you don't know how many people are really invested and involved in things, and if you could just step outside of your own comfort zone and not feel like everybody's judging you and not judge yourself, then all of a sudden you realize that, man, we got more in common, and now I can add you to my community, and I can feel comfortable with going to pickleball when this is my second time or my third time, and now I'm comfortable with bringing a friend so they can learn what I'm. You know, it's a cycle, but it's a good one. That's big facts. I did want to ask. Now we on NIL deals and talking about college. Iowa versus Yukon. What did you think of that last call?
Super controversial. I don't know if it changes the result of the game or not. That's between...
You don't know if she hitting that shot.
That's what I'm saying. That's between God and them. But I would say at that level of a game, Final Four, that much time left, you got to let that go. Mm-hmm. And that's just me, because I've been in situations like that before. But you got to let that play, because that determines the game. I don't care that the pick was illegal or whatever, like, cool. But you don't decide the game that way. Which, I mean, the screen was illegal.
Yeah.
It was, but you
100%.
Don't decide the game that way. You just don't.
My problem is with that is, was that the first time she put a screen on somebody like that for the whole game? It wasn't.
Probably not.
So my thing is if you're not going to call it earlier in the game, don't call it later. If you're going to set the precedence that I can set a screen like this Don't call it when there's 3 seconds left to go in a game, and I do the same thing I've been doing all game, and now you want to call it.
Hey, look, maybe officials. I don't know if y'all had y'all overs for Iowa +2 and Paige Clark over 20. I don't know what y'all overs were, but it look a little shaky out there, baby.
All I'm saying is like I don't have a problem with either. Look, I thought Iowa was gonna win it. I thought it was gonna be a good game. I did think Iowa was gonna win. I don't want it, like, to your point, I don't want it to come down to the last play of the game, and it's like, okay, Iowa gets the win just because, like, a ref sees that. Like, it was so close to me in real time, you don't see that. When you slow it down, yes, you can see, all right, she was moving a little bit. But in real time, it was so close, you don't call that, especially when it was so close all game. I don't necessarily rock with that, but that's just me. But shout out to Iowa. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Iowa.
Paige Clark is a beast.
She is. She's great. She's amazing. She's good for the game. But the call was mad controversial. So I mean, to each his own. I mean, Paige going to the league.
She going to the league.
Kade going to the league. They gonna change it.
Paige did her thing though. I'm very happy for Paige because she had an injury. And,
crazy.
Yeah, man. I mean, and to get back to the point to be looking at the quote unquote best women's college basketball person ever to play the game, to be looking at her in her eyes and only lose by 2.
The thing is, a lot of people don't know. Paige was Caitlyn before Caitlyn. If you really follow women's, like I don't follow, but I know I follow enough. I've watched Paige for a long time, but she was Caitlyn before Caitlyn. And the thing was bro, Paige came in year 1, 25 a game, Final Four, chip, you know what I mean, all that. And it was kind of crazy because when she tore ACL, like she kind of went off, like she didn't go off the grid, but she kind of went off the grid. I mean, Caitlyn was still Caitlyn, but like. Paige was like still, you know what I mean? It was just like I ain't gonna cap. Caitlyn went bonkers. Like I'm not gonna take anything away from Caitlyn. She deserved everything she got. But like Paige was right there. It wasn't like a Caitlyn here and everybody else here. But like now, they kind of paint it that way.
They definitely painted Caitlyn up here and everybody else here. Yeah.
It's just like even like Paige is, bro. I'm not gonna say she's here, but like she's right there. And like you got Reese and everybody else, but. The way they kind of like wrote her off, and then she came back swinging, like she came back like she ain't even leave, and I was like, damn, like off of ACL is crazy.
ACL, yeah. I think a lot of people sleep on that,
bro.
Though.
And she just right back to the top. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the way she was able to come up from that adversity and get right back to where she was is amazing. I salute Paige Buckers for that. So
salute to you,
shout
Paige.
Shout out to her, like for
straight
real.
Up.
That's major.
I mean, honestly, shout out to all the ladies. I mean, I think this is gonna be a dope WNBA draft coming up. You know,
bro.
With Caitlyn, Angel, I'm sure.
Bro, the girl from Stanford, the girl from South Carolina.
I mean, they got
a couple of them in South Carolina. Bro,
they got some.
The draft deep. I ain't gonna lie, it's crazy.
WNBA the stock is rising. Like I mean, it was already rising. I feel like before really the whole Caitlin Clark thing, but this is like I truly believe a monumental moment for the WNBA.
It's gonna change.
It's gonna change.
Executed correctly, it's gonna change. Like
100%.
I was gonna say like even I think the WNBA need to change some rules because like example like Juju at USC. Bro, Juju top 3 pick.
Yeah, she ready to go now.
Right now.
But she gotta wait.
Leave to. I don't think that's good for the game personally because she shouldn't be playing.
If the men can do it,
why can't the women?
Why can't the women do it?
But I ain't gonna cap the way them NIL checks looking. Shit,
she might as well.
I'm playing at 5 years.
Well, no, honestly,
I'm playing 5 years.
But like now that you say that, if you Juju, ask yourself, all right, so. The college game needs a star, somebody that they can sell next year. If Caitlyn goes to the draft, who's that star going to be?
This is Juju, no question.
Exactly. So her NIL check, is probably just going to
skyrocket. Juju going to play 4-5 years at USC. Shit, 5th year somewhere, goddamn.
And like they put up a good game too against Yukon, right? Like,
on me.
It's not like SC was. I mean, they young, sure, but again, like the girls' game, I truly believe has almost, if not, they're looking the men's right now.
They bigger than the men's. You ask me. I ain't watched no NCAA
That's
men's
true.
all year.
I did this year just because I did want to see how things turned out with Houston. It didn't turn out that well. I did want to see how things turned out with Texas. Didn't turn out that well. And there is good basketball, but if you're asking me if I had to choose, not hindsight 2020, you can only watch the men's tournament or the women's tournament. I'm watching the women's tournament all day.
100%, no question. I could care less about the men's game right now.
100%. I really don't. I'm sure there's gonna be some guys that come out the league come out and get into the league and do well, but I don't see anybody that's gonna be like a
game changer.
I don't see that.
So
I don't see that at all. Let me ask you this. I had a group chat with the fellas. Shout out to the fellas in the bets group chat. They think that Caitlin Clark could go to the NBA. What you think?
Relax. Caitlin Clark has 0 shot in the NBA. Let's just keep it a stack. Like, she's a great talent. She's amazing. She cannot play even in the G League. I'm just going to be real with y'all. Like, if you ain't ever hooped at a high level, like, don't speak on hoops at a high level. And it's just like, for me, I know what it looked like at that level. And, I mean, she's great. Like, she's great. But there's things that she's going to have to do that's going to have to really, like, the physicality alone is going to be really hard for her to, like, adjust to. She's not strong enough. She won't ever be strong enough to body with Russell Westbrook or Derrick Rose or any, you know what I mean? Like,
these
she just can't, bro.
6'8" dudes.
She just can't. No. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she can shoot it, but she plays with a woman's ball. And the men's ball is a big difference.
Right.
Anybody who's played with a woman's ball and a men's ball knows, like, that is not
a small.
Give me this ball. I'm gonna be the same. No, that's not how it works.
From a different distance. And nah,
that's not how it works. So it's like what she's doing is insane. It's great. So I'm not hating on her by any means, but her coming to the men's game, like, stop. Like, it's no chance. It's not.
The way I look at it too, and this is what I said in the group, it's not hating on her talent
at all.
It's to me, it's just hating on a scheme. If you put her in an NBA basketball game, that team now has become very one-dimensional because it's 5-on-4.
Bro, she's a liability on defense.
It's liability on defense.
Not gonna be a guard, no NBA guard.
But even on offense, how you really expect her to fight over a you know what I'm saying, get around a screen and be able to shoot over a 6'8" dude?
No,
you know,
like, bro, I ain't gonna
from
lie.
However deep, like that's
no
not
chance.
gonna work.
Like, bro, she's good enough. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, talent and IQ wise, she has it all. Like,
to get some buckets.
Yeah, like, I'm not gonna hate on her. She for sure can play, but, like,
you know,
there's just things at that level that she's never seen before, and there's no way you can adjust to it.
You can't use a draft pick on somebody that's gonna get you production of 4, 2, and 2. You know
all
what
she's
I'm
gonna do is make you money if you want to go.
That's
to the
it.
NBA. She's
That's
gonna
really
make money.
it.
She's gonna sell jerseys.
She's gonna sell a lot of jerseys.
Do all that, but nah, that NBA talk gotta stop. There's no chance.
Nah, I think you're right. Obviously. I agree with you on that. When they said that, they were like, well, she can get some buckets if they do this and that. But I'm like, but think about how much they have to do just to get her in a position. That means you have to alienate everybody else on your team just to get her. Like, you're literally, to your point, you're selling tickets. You're trying to sell this idea to get money. So if a poverty franchise, which we really don't have too many of them now in the NBA, which is great. That's why I love the NBA really over the NFL and a lot of reasons, because even the crappiest teams in the NBA has a lot of potential. You look at the Detroit Pistons, they still got Kade Cunningham. They still got Ivy.
Kade.
You know what I'm saying? Free Kade.
Kade.
I think they just need to get Cade maybe one or 2 more pieces.
They don't need to
and
get him
be
nothing.
straight.
They need to get him on a new team.
You need to get him out of here. Where you want to see him at now?
Bring his ass to Houston. Please, something. Bro, free Cade, bro. He didn't went through it long enough. They not putting the pieces he need to keep him there. He's too good. He's too good. Like,
they not. I think they did think that there was gonna be some pieces that emerged, but even then, it's just not happening, bro.
He's too good. Just take again.
It is kind of sad.
The draft ain't good enough. They gonna draft somebody. Nothing gonna help him. Like,
they need to trade him to OKC.
That's not happening. OKC too lit right now. That's not.
Well, I'm saying they got some deep pieces. I feel like.
Okay, so you're gonna have to give up some guys.
If you put SGA, Kade Cunningham with Chet Holmgren,
everybody else gotta go. Williams gonna have to go.
Williams
trade package. Giddy gonna have to go. They gonna have to.
I would say Giddy can go. Like
Williams gonna have to go too. You're not getting Cade with just Giddy.
Then if that's the case, then go ahead and do a 2-man swap and add Stewart in there. Stewart be just as fine as Jay Will. Don't get me wrong. I like J Dub. I really do. But if you ask me what can OKC already lit. If you ask me like what can they do to really solidify themselves, make that backcourt a little bit more stronger.
Something, bro.
You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. Like Giddey's cool, but like. You really, but Giddey don't be getting off like that.
He's 19, bro. 15 and 10 in a game, bro. I like Giddey. I like Giddey. I like his game.
You know what I'm saying is the same thing they said before they traded SGA away from the Clippers. Because I remember Doc Rivers saying this to Kawhi, like, "Hey, SGA is gonna be a beast. Yeah. We shouldn't trade him for PG just yet because I think that this guy's gonna be really good for you." And then.
That whole story crazy. I don't think nobody predicted to be what SGA is now. So I mean, shout out to him. Like,
he did his thing, and bro, he never said anything, bro. Going from LA to OKC, bro, like that's a big change, bro. Yeah. California to Oklahoma, and then just going in there and just balling and getting buckets and putting them on top of the conference, like.
Because SGA, he an LA guy. Like his whole swag, everything. He's LA. Like
so
he's not an OKC.
That's
guy.
what I'm saying. I know that had to hurt to say, all right. We're going to trade you away. And for him, I bet it's like, you know what? Like, honestly, this is cool because now I get a chance to be the star of my own team.
SGA really likes basketball.
Y'all haven't won a championship without me since I left. Y'all probably not going to win a championship at this point now. I mean, do you think the Clippers window is closed?
Nah. If it don't happen in the next 2 years, it ain't going to happen, though. It got to happen in the next 2 years. I like the Clippers look excellent on paper, and everybody's like learned their roles. But I think that they just, I don't know, bro. The Clippers are really weird. Like they're just weird.
I just can't look, man. I'm a Houston fan. I'm a Houston Rockets fan. I'm a diehard Rockets fan. I love the Rockets.
They do
I have all my life. I will never forget the disappearance of James Harden in every single postseason playoff performance. I don't believe that James Harden at this point is capable to have an outstanding playoff performance. I just don't. You were how much younger? You had who on your team? You had the Warriors, the best teams on the brink of extinction, and you didn't do a damn thing. I don't expect for you to show up now for the Clippers. I don't expect that at all. I mean, you even got PJ Tucker, he don't want to be there. You got people in that locker room that's not bought in. So I can't see the Clippers winning anything. It's probably going to be the Nuggets again, which is unfortunate. But it's probably going to be them slow-ass Nuggets.
Hey, look, I can't even watch them play, but I'll say this about them. I saw them live when they were here, and I used to be the biggest Jokic hater.
Against San Antonio?
Yeah, I used to be the biggest Jokic hater. But I'm going to tell y'all this. I seen it in person. We not playing with Jokic at all. Jokic is a dog. Like
a dog.
He can do everything at a very high level. And you can say what you want about him. Mm-hmm. Hey, he like that. Like real life. I seen it. You just watch how he move. He's like that. I have no Jokic slander to me. I am a fan now. So shout out to Jokic. Shout out to
I ain't gonna lie. I went to the game too, and on TV, Jokic be looking slow.
Bro, slow as hell. Not in person.
In person?
Moving, bro.
I'm like, damn.
His ass moving, bro.
Like, that boy moving. All that way. I mean, he be getting up the court. Bro. I was like, ain't no way he moved that fast. Like, I feel like they have to take his clip and slow it down or something on the TV because he be getting up the court and he catch it and throw it behind. I'm like, how you do it that fast? He like that.
He's really like that.
He like that. Sure. And like, I get what people are saying. Like, when you watch it, people, this can't be the MVP. Look how slow he play. Look how, but like when you actually go and no bias and you sit down in the basketball court and you watch him play basketball. Yeah.
He's the best player on the floor.
And that's why you have to give it to him if he's the best player on the floor.
No question.
He's the best player on the floor.
It's not close. I'm about to say it's not close.
It's insane. Well, now since we're on the basketball talk, one more topic, and we'll switch it up and get ready to wrap it up, but I want to ask you this, man. Bronny declared for the draft. So, Bronny. So, do you think... I know he can still keep his eligibility if he don't, it don't work out as high as he want to go. Do you think it's the right thing for him to do at this point?
I'll say this. Bronnys Situation is really interesting. Like, the whole thing is kind of weird and interesting. And the thing is, this wouldn't fly for anybody else in the college basketball space besides him because of his name, which I never want to play that card, but you got to play it at this point. And it's like he had a really, really scary situation with the cardiac arrest. And that's probably a reason his season went the way it went. And it's like the expectations were set so high for him, and for him not to meet any of them is kind of like.
Well, I mean, like that's kind of screwed. If like your expectations are here, you have a cardiac arrest event, and your expectations are still here. Like, wouldn't you think they would come down a little bit?
I mean, look, my expectations wasn't high from him for the jump. If you want to be honest, I watch Bronny. Like, people see the highlights and all these things. Like, and I really hoop. So like, anybody who hoops is not saying Bronny's amazing.
Like they're not impressed. Yeah.
Like he's good. I mean, he's not a bad player. Like, he's really good. He's super solid. But to say he's just amazing is cap. Like, it's completely cap. And it's like his name alone like pushes him and puts him in rooms that nobody can get into just because he has royalty attached to him, and he's pretty good. So it's like you put him up in this elite category, and maybe he doesn't need to be there. And it's just like every mock draft had him top 15 even before the season started. I'm like, how? Like, he's not even the best player on his team at the moment. And like, people might think I'm hating right now. I'm not hating. Like, I'm being real. Like, it's real. If you really watch, like, it's just not. And then his event happens, and like, damn, like RP. I mean, excuse me, not RP. God bless that he's alive and he's okay. Like, that's like the biggest thing. He's here. He's breathing. He's able to play again. Amazing, great. But all that's out the way now. He's back. He's playing. He's not producing. He's not what we thought he was gonna be. So LeBron's like, oh shit. Savannah's like, oh shit. The media's like, oh shit. Like, everybody's like, oh my God, he didn't pan out. And this is like the GOAT son, so it's like a big deal. And then the season didn't go the way he wanted to. He declares because he doesn't want to go back to USC, which we already knew that. He declares, and like now he's in the transfer portal. He's not getting drafted. That's just he might go second round because LeBron's like, yo, pick him up, like, and cool, but. Nah, bro. Like, he's not ready. He needs to go back to school. If I'm Bronny, bro, I go to a mid-major because it don't matter anymore. NIL's huge. It don't matter where you go. Like,
his name alone gonna get his money.
Exactly. The NIL gonna stay there. Like, he can go somewhere where he can really be the guy and really showcase his shit. Then we can start talking about him. And I think that's what he should do. The league is not where he should go. He shouldn't do G League. He shouldn't do none of that. I think he should go back to school.
Enjoy it. Enjoy the college experience.
I'm talking about go to bro. Take his ass to Ohio State or something. I don't know, bro.
Straight
go
up.
somewhere, bro. Anywhere he go, that's smart. He getting the green light.
The only thing I can think of, the reason why he did that, because he's obviously, like you said, he's not going first round.
He's definitely not.
So the only reason why I feel like he declared for the draft is if his dad is like, hey, we got a team that's gonna pick you up, and after I get finished with the Lakers this year,
going over there.
I'm coming to join you.
That's what
and you
I'm
never
saying.
know. It could be somebody like the Cavs about to pick you up, or you know, Miami gonna pick you up because you my son.
That's the thing. But like Bronny said, he wanted to like pave his own route. Like, he's LeBron James Jr. If y'all don't know, that's his real name, but he goes by Bronny
because he
don't
wants
want that attached to him.
It's too late for that.
That's the problem, though. That's what I'm saying. So he's like, if Dad calls and like, yo, you go here, I'm gonna meet you there. Like.
Dad already said. He said, I'm only staying in the league because I want to play with my son. He said that. So like so paving your own way is out the window. And honestly, the best thing for you at this point unfortunately, because like you said, he didn't meet his expectations in college. The best thing for you to do now is to go play with your dad, so everyone can be like, wow, how amazing is it for a father and son to play together?
Both of y'all retired. Y'all got the bread. You ain't got to do it. You don't have to.
He don't have to play basketball.
He ain't got to do nothing.
Michael Jordan's son didn't play basketball, did he?
Chilling. Instagram model, girlfriend, everything. Living a life. He ain't got to do nothing, honestly.
Nothing at all.
If you don't want to.
Nothing at all. But I think, you know, shout out to Bronny, though, because it's one thing to have a dream. It's another thing to have a dream that your dad is the best of, or considered one of the best of. Really? And then on top of that, it's also hard to have a dream that you physically weren't able to do because you had an event.
Bro,
And
I think
so-
he's good enough. I really think right now he's good enough. It just not right now. He maybe needs a year or two to get better.
It's gonna take some time.
But the cardiac arrest thing, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Like I heard, it's like a cycle almost. Like it's gonna happen again at some point.
Yeah.
Whether it's 10 years, tomorrow, next
And
week.
they have to monitor. That's why he was wearing.
That's scary.
Yeah.
If I'm Bronny, bro, I'm sorry. The ball can get put down. Like if it's that serious, like the play of my life, just the hoop.
Yeah.
Bro, you set for life regardless. I'm gonna go live the lifestyle, P. I'm gonna go
Straight up. Straight up. And I mean, and you sure, I would be so willing to, hey, you know what, little bro, you carry the torch. Because Bryce.
Hey, Bryce looks scary. I ain't gonna lie.
Bryce gonna be him.
I haven't watched enough, but what I've seen, the potential is just in your face. So it's like
it's very much like,
yeah.
like I thought Kyrie, I thought it's, how can I say this? It's almost like if Bron, Kyrie, and Steph had a baby. Straight up. That's why I feel
KD in there too.
There's a little bit of KD in there. That's
Yeah.
why I feel like Bryce is, and that's insane to say. Like you can see 4 Hall of Famers in this dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At a young age, and he's going to the rim like
His talent is crazy. Bro.
I mean, he's doing some crazy stuff.
I like his talent a lot.
Hey, shout out to him. Look, at the end of the day, the family of LeBron James,
It's in their bloodline, bro.
they gonna be set. No matter what Bronny decides to do, no matter what, I think he's gonna have a good NBA career.
He will.
And even if it's a
He'll be
role,
great.
even if it's a role player, like Lou Will is one of my favorite basketball players. He was 6th man of the year. How many times?
Like 5 or 6.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like you have to be again, going back to the judgment of other people, right? We usually judge ourselves. It don't matter what anybody else says. If you can go into the league and be a 6th man, if you coming off the bench, if you helping your team win, what does it matter? And I think Bronny is probably, I'm not saying that he's going to be like the star of his team. I'm not saying he's going to be the 6th man. I think he's going to fall somewhere in the middle. And I think that he is going to be pivotal. He's going to help. It's going to take some time to grow. But I think Bron's going to be there to help him.
I think he'll be all right.
So wherever, I mean, it's going to be interesting. I hope the Rockets pick his ass up so Bron can bring his ass to Houston.
Yeah, turn the city up.
You know what I'm saying?
Come
You already know we ready. You know what I mean? We ready for a championship. We ready. We just need our players healthy and we can beat the Warriors.
Need
And
something, goddamn.
then that's it. You feel me? But with that said, Mr. C West, I want to, before we get out of here, man, I want to ask you, how is your focus treating you? When I say your focus, I think a lot of, especially men, and I don't mean to discard the women. If we want to throw the women in here too, that's fine. Like our focus sometimes can get clouded and get jaded. You know, I think that you're a man of extreme focus, and I think that, unfortunately, even if there's something good in front of you, you're not gonna let that get in the way in front of the ultimate thing, right? Like if you got a dream and then there's a beautiful girl that you kind of want to be with, it's not time for that right now. It's time. I'm focused on this. How do you keep that extreme focus while you living your life?
I'm super tunnel vision right now, and that it's a little selfish, and it's a lot of sacrifice for sure. But I have goals, and I have like a checklist that I look at every day, and I know it's like 20 checks. Once we get to the 20th, whatever I want in life, I'm gonna be able to have. Wherever I want to go, whatever I want to do, whatever I want to invest in, whatever I want to try, whatever, anything that I want will be able to be done once that checklist is done. And in my head, it's like slowly but surely, I got to get to this end right here. And the only way I get there is I got to keep on the routine. I got to keep doing this. I got to keep self-care. I got to keep working out. I got to keep traveling. I got to keep posting my events. I got to keep finding new talent. I got to keep shaking hands. I got to keep opening new doors. I got to keep doing all these things. And I'm trying to take the right steps to make sure the list can get checked off. And the only way I do that is if I just really keep my eye on the prize. And it's like, it's kind of annoying. It's kind of like time consuming. It's definitely always busy all the time. but I know what the light at the tunnel is gonna look like when it's all said and done. So in my head, I can push this off or push that off or not prioritize this, and this, because if I can just focus on getting to this, all that's gonna be there. It's gonna come back. It's gonna be available, and finding your why or your I guess your motivation, or your whatever your push is to get to where you need to go. It's kind of how I always stay focused, because I don't have what I want yet. And it might look super successful from the outside looking in, which I do pretty well, but there's levels, and there's things that I know people that think are unattainable, but I know people who have attained them and gotten to those places or those whatever they wanted. And it's just like seeing these things keep me like, this is actually possible. I look at this list, I'm like, damn, like, can I really check this off before I die?
Yeah.
And it's just like, in my head, I'm like, yeah, I can do it, bro, because I've seen people who look just like me wake up in the morning, do the same things I do, just like me, who are doing it. And it's like, that's what really keeps me going. And you got to invest. It's like, I was telling a guy the other day, because I'm in the Soho, I'm in all these member clubs and things now, the Equinox.
Yeah,
all
congratulations,
this.
by the way. I think that's
Thank
dope.
you. And it's just like, I'm like, bro, yeah, I'm gonna pay this for Soho, I'm gonna pay this for Equinox, I'm gonna pay this for this, I'm gonna pay this for that, because the number one thing is information and access. It ain't always about skills. It ain't always about who got the most money or who don't. It ain't about the lack of opportunities. You just got to get in these rooms.
Access. You hear that?
Literally. And it's like, I don't do Equinox because I work out and I want to be around fitness people. But, like, I know what they pay to be there. And then, same with, like, Soho. I know what they pay to be there. And it's just, like, all these different clubs I'm in. Like, I'm going to invest into these places because there's people there who are really in different tax brackets, and they're doing the things that I want to do. Like, example, I was in Soho yesterday. A guy in there with a Richard Mille on, like, no big ass Richard Mille on his wrist. I'm talking, it's $1 million watch, like, well, $500,000. But bro, I've never seen
working out with it on.
I've seen pictures. I've seen like dupes. I've seen all these. I've never seen one. He's in Soho, like having a drink with his family, with his watch on. I'm like, all right, I'm in the right rooms because like. He's here, I'm here. Everybody can't be here. You know what I mean? It's just like, all it takes is me to cross paths. I can go talk to him. He's going to talk to me because he knows, like, you're in here, like, you're either somebody or you know somebody. Like, and that's just kind of like, the access is what I want. Because I don't know if y'all know people with RMs on their wrist, but I do. And I'm trying to meet more. You know what I mean? It's just like, they're at a place in life where they can afford that. And it's not about money, but everybody don't have access to that. You just kind of see it and you're like, right. Damn. And you just hear like your favorite rapper talk about it or something. But you're like, I want one too. How do I get there? And it's always like I get in with this guy. He likes me enough or whatever. I'm going to put you on this play and this play. Or I can help you. You want this? I'm going to show you how you get to it. And that's what I value. And that's what, when you say focus, that's what I want. So it's like I want the access. I want the... Now that they're there, now I can start mingling. You know what I mean? And you're not going to get that if you're going to, I don't know, Chick-fil-A dining. You're not getting it there. You're not, or the club, you're not getting it there. You know what I mean?
Right. You're not getting it in the most publicly based places. Exactly. You're getting it in places where, again, like you said, like, you know what it costs to be in a place like that. You do. Yeah. So if you know that, what do you think the other person knows? They know. Like, oh, he paying this too? He invested? Exactly. Already right there. You decided to invest in this place. You know what? I'll talk to you.
Exactly.
I don't want to go talk to somebody at Chick-fil-A while I'm getting a sandwich. I want to talk to somebody in a place where there's only select few members that decided to be here today.
Exactly.
That's the difference.
And that's my biggest thing right now. I just want access and I want the information. And that's all you need. Once you get your hands on that, you can start executing some more. And that's when you say the focus, that's where it's going, bro. Like, it hurts my pockets. It for sure does, but it's going to pay off long term. And that's what I do it for. And it's just like now I'm okay with blocking certain things out because I know what I'm trying to get. Mm-hmm. And these things can all help me take the next step to get there. And, it just come with the game, bro. So to answer your question, you got to make some sacrifices, and you just got to kind of really go after it. Because a lot of people quit. They try it for a year or two. It don't take off. All right, we done.
We done.
I'm going to play the long game. And I'm just going to keep
pushing it.
Keep trying, bro. Because the thing is, all my peers going to either quit, shut down, or they going to keep going up too. And in my head, I'm just like, bro, if I just keep, it's going to happen. So,
like my man, shout out to Lupe Fiasco, because the first thing when you said like keep going, just push and kick. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's it, man. Like you skateboarding, push and kick. I mean, you just keep going. I think, you know, for a lot of people, I really want y'all to take that in. Everybody that's a part of our community, a part of the family, take in what he's saying right now. You know, we all make sacrifices in a way. We all have to pay something, and we all are paying something. For a lot of us, it might be for our own vices. But what if we stop paying money for our own vices and start paying money for our own growth? That's the difference. That's what I love that you said when your focus is, I want to be in rooms that people got that RM on their wrist. You don't find that. If you might find that in Chick-fil-A, maybe somebody really rich going Chick-fil-A from time to time. That's cool.
We're not shading Chick-fil-A.
We're not shading Chick-fil-A. But how often have you seen people in Chick-fil-A with that? And then all of a sudden you went to this place and you see. So it's a difference. It's a different level of where you at. Yeah. Yes, there's certain playgrounds that you have to pay to play in, but if you can get there, you never know what's gonna come out of it.
Exactly, and like we've been talking about community a lot today, and that's like something I'm really big on. Is community, and just I think if you have the right people around you. Like, it ain't got to be your friends. It can just be people in your presence. You got the right folks around you. One of my mentors used to tell me this. But, like, the energy, you just kind of soak it up because you're around all of this success all across the board, and it just picks you up. And then you can pick your people up with it. And for me, I'm really big on community right now because I don't want nothing toxic around me. Like, I don't care. Families, friends, people I grew up with. I don't care who you are. Like, if you're not bringing uplifting energy and vibes, I'm cool on you. Like, I don't care. I'm disrespectfully, I don't care. Like, you know, it's just like, I wish y'all could see this setup right now. Like, when I say invest, like, they got their pod going here. If you see all these cameras, all the decorations, they got the merch. Right? This all costs. You know what I mean? Like, he ain't just doing on the side of the road or in the street. No, like, this is a whole set in here. They got the lights to make sure we look right when the footage come out. Like, all this is, you got to see, like, this, like, they're putting into this, and the return's going to be big when it takes. That's why I love halftime so much, because, like, I see the work getting put in, so I don't mind helping. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mind helping push. Like, I'm into it because I look at him like he look at me. We're both trying to, like, get our own shit rolling, and you got to put into that. So I respect it. Like, don't let the look fool you. Look, I always like tell JB because JB don't care, bro.
I don't.
He'll do the nappy fro. He'll do the beard. He'll do the what? Trust me. I do it all. If you know, you know. Like, this is not. He is one of them. Like, that's why I travel to come here. Like, y'all don't. I travel to get here. This isn't like a 5-minute commute. Nah, like, I'm traveling to get up here because I respect this. You know what I mean? It's just like you need people like this all in your corner, all around. You got to find like-minded because that's the only way you're going to elevate. You hanging around people who don't want to do nothing, you're not going to do nothing. You got people who doing stuff all around you, you ain't going to have no choice but to do something. You're not going to hear from them no more. I'm just being real. Like, 100%. Take it how you want, but, like, that's kind of like my take. Like, 100%. Everything I'm around, everybody around me is, trust me, everybody eating, and we eating good too. So
yep. and that's the beautiful thing is I'm not his only friend like this
at all.
You feel me? And that's the thing about C West, and that's what I want you to take from this podcast is that you have so many people in your life, or you can find multiple people in your life that are looking for growth, looking to expand themselves, and looking to attach themselves to something that's going to take them so much further than what reality or the world told them that they can be. And I see you all the time. I see you go on podcasts. I see you hanging out with your homie Grant Mitt. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Grant. I see you just doing so many things with other people, and being invested. Yeah. And I think that's the big thing. I'm invested in my man C West. I want to see him successful. I know he wants to see me successful, and if he knows me, and some of y'all out there that know me, know that I'm not gonna quit until I am. Okay. Everything that I do is going to be for the betterment of what I decide to put my feet and my hands in. Wherever you working in, work. Don't stop working. Don't just kind of do it, just kind of play around with it like it's Play-Doh. No, get to it like it's clay and actually build something and use your hands to make something that's useful for not only yourself, but for the people around you. And that's what you're doing. You know what I mean? And that's what I love. And you're actively trying to attach yourself to people that are also doing that in life. And like we always say, a birds of a feather, they flock together. So if they successful, what's that mean about you? You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man. My time coming too. Shit.
You feel me? You feel me? And with that said, halftime, family, we thank y'all for tuning in to the podcast. Mr. Christian, real quick, if you want to just give them one more time a rundown of where to follow you, where to get the daily inspiration, where to follow the cute drinks, anything that you got coming up. What you got?
Hey man, tap into all the brands. My personal, I'm big Instagram. I don't do anything else. Instagram is like my main everything right now. But I am C West for me, West Entertainment, Q Drinks Co. Tap in with all that. Everything you want to see, we putting it out. Just watch. I'm very active, so if you want to know what's going on, just follow. Like I'm not gatekeeping. I'm shy. I'm putting it out there. So tap in with me with love. If you don't like the content, send it to somebody else. I don't care. But
and if you're new to Austin, if you're coming to turn up, if you're coming for an event, if you're coming from a show, trust me, there's nobody else you want to tap in with besides my man C West. So
tap in with the wave, baby.
To tap in with the Mr. Big Wave himself.
Tap in with the wave. Thank y'all.
You feel me? So with that said, we thank y'all. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We out.
The game and drop the game.
My man, that was